it's Chris.
And Amanda.
And you are watching Park Pass. And today is an amazing, fun video because Amanda's got a lot of cool input, right, from our viewers.
That's right. So I took it to Instagram to ask, what are your favorite things about Disneyland during the holidays? Because it's the holidays right now.
Yeah.
And then what should Disney do right now for the holiday season? And I got some really interesting responses.
So you got people responded. They said what they like they're doing,
what they liked,
but what they want to be changed, what needs to change, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we're doing kind of the good, the bad, and the need to happen to have the best holiday time at Disneyland right now.
When Amanda told me this, I'm like, oh, we're doing good, the bad, and the ugly. Like my favorite Clint Eastwood movie. And she's like, well, not the ugly. She's like, it's not really that bad, but there are some changes that Disney needs to do.
There are some changes. And so we're going to squish this into a compliment sandwich. We're going to talk about the best things that Disneyland has to offer during the holiday season.
Okay.
Then we're going to talk about what should they bring to the holidays, what they need to stop doing, what they need to fix. And then we'll end again with the #1 best things happening at Disneyland for the holidays.
All right, let's get into it. So what were people saying that Disney does well during the holidays?
Okay, but first, I want to hear from you. So as we go through this video, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So leave us a comment below. What do you think Disneyland does great for the holidays? What is your favorite thing to do during the holiday season? What do you love? And then also, what would you like them to do, or what would you like them to change? We read all of your comments individually and personally, and we heart them, we give them likes, we respond. That's from the two of us. So leave your comments below and make sure that you're subscribed to our channel as well.
Yeah, and the thing about this is if you have a topic that you want Amanda to do research on, put it down. Say, hey, talk about this. Amanda will research it, and then maybe next week or the week after that, we'll do a topic. We'll talk about your topic.
Awesome.
So,
I would love to. Absolutely. Put those in the comments below. Okay, so let's start with our compliment sandwich for Disneyland. One of the best things that Disneyland does during the holiday season are the decorations. I had so many people respond that they love the decorations at Disneyland, and Disneyland really goes above and beyond when it comes to decor. They don't just pop up a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, which we love Charlie Brown, but they go big and huge for the holiday season. So the Christmas tree is one of the main responses I got, and it's one of the first things you see when you enter Main Street.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. The Christmas tree's been there since the very beginning.
Amazing.
When it is first opened up. And that Christmas tree was it was an actual real tree from 1955 to 2007. Then in 2008, they made a replica tree to put on Main Street. And it's been there, and they've used that replica tree since 2008 to now.
No, they really, really tried hard to make this replica tree look real, right?
Yes.
I mean, what did they do with the needles?
Yeah, they took the needles off of a pine tree, and they plaster cast all the needles, and then they poured the mold. So the needles are actually authentic looking needles of a real pine tree, and it's really awesome, and it's amazing. The star on top of that tree is 6 feet tall. And you don't, when you look at it, you're just like, it looks like it's a little tiny star, but it's so tall because it's a 60-foot tree, and the stars on top is 6 feet tall. But yet it is absolutely amazing. The thing that kind of drives me crazy though is they have 101 these candles, right? There's these tall candles. There's 101 candles on it. And I've messaged the Disney Imagineers, the decorating crew to find out why is there 101 candles. And the only things I've heard is that maybe it was a nod to 101 Dalmatians, or also the other thinking is Disney just goes one above. Like 100 is the highest you can get, so Disney's going to do 101 type of thing. So nobody knows really why are there 101 candles on that tall candle.
I mean, what do you guys think? I'm going to go with 101 because that's such a specific number for Disney for the Dalmatians.
Oh, you think it is?
Yes, it's too specific. It's too obvious. I feel like. It's 101 Dalmatians.
Were the Dalmatians, were they gifts for Christmas?
They were puppies.
Yeah. Did they get them at Christmas? I can't remember.
I feel like it's winter time.
Is there tie to Christmas? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's winter time. They're driving through the snow. What do you think? I want to hear what you think. Okay. Now, if you want to see multiple different Christmas trees around the Disneyland Resort, the Main Street Christmas tree is not the only Christmas tree. They have multiple. Yeah. They have so many fun trees. They have trees at the Disneyland Hotel. We have a video that you can watch, like a full tour of all the different Christmas trees. Take your friends, take your family on a scavenger hunt and go see all the Christmas trees. Now, other cool Christmas trees to see.
Well, I want to say this really interesting about the decorations. In downtown Disney, this is in California, they have trees that are decorated for daytime and trees that are decorated for nighttime. So the daytime trees are they're sparkly like in the sunshine, but they have some trees that really glow, no pun intended, but really shine at nighttime and are designed to look really good at night. And so they decorated for daytime and nighttime, so that way the trees, no matter what time you go, you're going to have some tree that's going to really pop for you.
I love that. So you can do a scavenger hunt in the daytime and then do it again at nighttime. I mean, Christmas trees for everyone.
Yeah.
No, I also love the sort of trees they do at Cars Land. And so we need to talk about Cars Land, because that was another answer that popped up a ton in my Instagram poll. People love Cars Land during the holiday time. And it's really, really, really cute, and it's unique. It's that Route 66 feel.
Yeah. What do they do? I'm trying. What are all the things they do for Cars Land for the Christmas? I mean, I know they do the posters.
The posters is actually the first thing that popped into my head was the posters, and they love Cars Land at night.
And
Cars
then they
Land
do the
at night
snowflakes out of the wrenches and stuff like that.
They have a wreath when you're walking down. It's like the wreath and the garland as you're walking down. It's just that old timey kind of Western Route 66 feeling.
And I think at the end, Stanley, the founder, he's got the little Christmas hat on, the Santa Claus hat. Yeah.
Darling. So the little details, decorations, all throughout the Disneyland Resort. And we can't move on from the decorations without talking about the castle. The castle is really probably like the number one thing when they think of holiday time. I mean, Disney uses the castle for their holiday advertisements. It is so beautiful. It's lit up with icicles. I mean, this is a true ice castle.
What's interesting to me, because down in Florida, they didn't put lights on their castle. They're doing everything projection. So it looks amazing at nighttime. They're doing all the projections. It's glowing, but during the day you don't have those icicles. Where Disney has those icicle lights, and the roof, they have like the snow. It looks like the snow on top of the roof at the Disneyland castle.
It looks so cold.
Yeah, Florida has not done that. So
I just love it. It just looks so cool. So decorations, best thing that Disneyland does for the holidays.
Yeah.
That came up all the time. Okay, so let's move on to another answer I found for best things that they do. Treats and food for the holiday season.
Hot chocolate.
Yeah. They do so many different foods, whether you're eating your meal, whether you're eating a treat, whether you're having a drink like hot chocolate or specialty cold brew coffees. They go above and beyond, and it makes it so fun to be able to eat a festive food for the holiday season. And the number one food that popped up on Instagram is actually the candy canes.
Oh, are you serious?
Candy canes at Disney California Adventure.
Yeah, people love the candy canes. They hand make the candy canes. They're awesome. I didn't realize that they're that popular.
I think because they're so special.
So special. Yeah, I think so. I remember really wanting the candy cane. And then once I got it, I feel like once I got it and had one, then that maybe for me the appeal's not quite as strong anymore. But yeah,
you've been there, done that. It's not a repeat.
Something
activity.
really cool though is it's really difficult because they hand make those candy canes. And they have to heat the kitchen where the chefs are. They're working on it, the candy chefs, and it's over 100-something degrees in there because they have to keep it really hot so they can keep bending the candy canes. If it gets too cold, they get brittle too fast. So they're in there and they only the shifts are shorter because they can't stay in those hot kitchen too long.
That is fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't even like candy canes, but once I found out how hard it is for these candy makers to make the candy canes, then I really appreciated it, and then I really wanted one, if that makes sense, because of the whole process and the love that they put into it.
I really think they have that hot chocolate that they have, that at the Holly Jolly, the Jolly Holiday. Yeah, the Jolly Holiday. They have that special hot chocolate for holidays. I feel like they should have that year round. It's so good. I would have thought that would have been the number one treat.
No, the candy canes, but those are very, very, very special.
Yeah.
And I'm also curious if you've had a candy cane, let us know below, because that's also something that some people go to Disney California Adventure. They don't even know it's happening, even though it's such a special thing. There are so many people that don't even know it's a thing. So if you've had a candy cane or if you haven't, let me know below.
Awesome. Okay,
now we have more really good things to talk about for Disneyland, what they do, but our compliment sandwich, we're going to put those at the end, and now it's time to get to the meat. Now it's time to...
The nitty-gritty.
Like, what should Disneyland be doing for the holidays, or what do they need to do different, or what's kind of not working?
Better?
What can they do better? But the number one thing that I saw that they really need to do at Disneyland for the holidays is not anything too bad. This is actually good. And this is Jingle Cruise.
All right, sure.
People want Jingle Cruise.
Jingle Cruise was at Disneyland. It's still at Florida. I just actually went on it at Florida, Jingle Cruise. They change all the boats' names and make them like Christmas names or holiday themed. All the puns that they tell are like something like a Christmas pun. A lot of the animals have like little Santa hats on them or whatever. And they did that at Disneyland, but for whatever reason, they've decided not to continue on that tradition at Disneyland. But if you go out inside the Jungle Cruise at Disneyland, you can see on top there is like a fruit cake tree that they have there, Christmas tree. That's left over from the Jingle Cruise.
So they have something.
Yes, but I don't think Disney will get the Jingle Cruise back because the reason I've heard is because they have to close down the Haunted Mansion to redecorate it for the holidays, and they would also have to close down the Jungle Cruise at the same time. So there'd be like a little gap there where you're missing those two attractions. So they just says, you know what, we'll just keep the Jungle Cruise up and going, so that way we won't have so many attractions closing. But that's what I've been told. But Disney doesn't seem to really care anymore about closing attractions.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I was going to poke a hole in that and say, Disney, you can do that, because they had Tiana's Bayou Adventure close, the Splash Mountain close, they had the Haunted Mansion close.
Winnie the Pooh closed.
Winnie the Pooh closed.
Yeah.
They've done it. They can have multiple huge e-ticket attractions closed at one time. So give us what we want. And I just have to give a shout out to Disney World. I don't know what it is, but I got bit by the Walt Disney World bug. I am completely obsessed with it. I love Walt Disney World. So if you guys want us to talk about a Walt Disney World video in this style with the holiday season, let us know, because I would love to do it. I want to move to Disney World. I want to live there.
Flip-flopped on that.
I used to hate, well, not hate, but hate's a strong word. I used to not appreciate or like Disney World.
Yeah. She was all in on Disneyland, and then she's like, Walt Disney World. And now she's kind of flipped. If you had a choice, she would be Walt Disney World.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a Walt Disney.
Yes.
I'm still Disneyland. I still like Disneyland over Walt Disney. I liked Walt Disney World, but if I had to choose, I think I'd always choose Disneyland. It's just so special to me. But Amanda loves everything about it.
What happened to me? If you guys understand, please let me know that I'm not alone, because I love it and I would love to talk about Disney World, so let us know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jingle Cruise, please Disney, give us Jingle Cruise at Disneyland. We're ready for it. The next answer that I saw that Disneyland needs for the holidays is an after hours party. Now, they did try one. They tried one, and it was called Merriest Nights.
But it got such poor reviews. People didn't really like the highlight. For those of you who maybe didn't get a chance to see Merriest Nights, the highlight was they had the Muppets on the omnibus. They were you see them doing their stuff. That was kind of like the highlight of the show. But I think a lot of people felt a little disappointed with it. Okay. I think it's really hard to do that show after Oogie Boogie. Yes. Oogie Boogie is so high, and people are still writing that how amazing that after hours party is. And they were expecting Merriest Nights to equal that. And you're not going to equal Oogie Boogie, really, because that's the best of the best.
Yes, and I think that there's potential there. So Merriest Nights, we enjoyed ourselves. We had a great time, but I would still put Oogie Boogie as number one. So I think you nailed it, just coming off the high from Oogie Boogie, going into Merriest Nights. The thing about the Merriest Nights
is you're paying a lot of money to stay late in the park. Really, you're just kind of riding rides. They have a few options, and they have the parade, right? The parade goes twice, but there's not a lot. There wasn't a lot to do. So you're just like, well, I guess we're gonna go ride Space Mountain. There's not a long line here. I guess we'll go drink some hot chocolate. Whereas at Oogie Boogie, there's so many different things for you to do. You're trying to, you can't do it all.
Right.
And Merriest Nights, you're like, I've done it all, and I still have time left over. So I think they just have to kind of plan some other ways around it, how to do that for Disney.
Yeah, and one thing that I love about Oogie Boogie Bash is the trick-or-treat trails, and you get the candy. So you feel like you're getting something back from paying so much money to be there. Yeah. And so if they could incorporate some sort of trails where you're going through trails and you're, seeing different, like I would love to see different, different holiday things, not just Santa Claus, but I would love to have different, holidays from around the world, represented from around the world. And maybe you're going through these trails, you're receiving treats, kind of like trick-or-treating, but in a festive way. I mean, this would have to be worked out, but I think that there was potential with that party, and having the Muppets just careening down Main Street, to me, was worth every penny. My heart exploded.
That was
they're on this bus, and they're Muppets, and you never get to see them. So that was great.
That was awesome.
People do want a holiday party, just some of the kinks need to be worked out.
That's surprising me when you told me that. That's what people were complaining, that there wasn't a holiday party.
Yes.
Which I was like, I can't believe people want it. People want it.
Yes. And just maybe if Disney can give us a little bit more to make that money worthwhile, people would do it. People would go back. Okay, another thing that I saw that was so cute and so unique and so interesting, people want more character costumes. So obviously, the Fab Five are getting costumes, but they're saying the princesses should have costumes. I mean, how beautiful would that be?
Well, Belle's got the Christmas outfit, right? She's got the red Christmas outfit. And they should have Belle come out in her Christmas outfit. The different princesses, I mean, like all of them should have some kind of like holiday, I
love it.
festive thing that they're wearing. It's a cool photo op just for the holidays. When they were talking, when Amanda's telling me that people are saying that, my mind was like, how could Disney not have already tapped into that?
Right.
The photo ops of the Christmas, because you're gonna get the Fab Five, right?
Right.
Well, the Sensational Six.
Yes.
If you count
Thank you.
Daisy. But you really, it was like, oh my gosh, how amazing would that be to see like Anna and Elsa in Christmas gear, Tiana in like a Mardi Gras Christmas gear, and like
how cute!
And like, can you imagine like you got Sleeping Beauty and
Beautiful.
Snow White's baking apple pies and doing cool things for Christmas and candy canes. People would love that stuff. I think it'd be awesome. And I mean, I was like, when you were telling me about that, I was like, I can't believe that's not been done.
Because people would adults and children would appreciate and love seeing the different outfits that these characters have.
And you know that Disney's always looking for another revenue stream, right? So then they are going to sell merchandise of all the princesses in that.
In their holiday gear.
Yeah, all that would be great in holiday gear. So.
Now I'm going to piggyback off that a little bit. I feel
like just interject. Even Pixar. Like,
True.
Can you imagine like Sully in an ugly sweater, ugly Christmas sweater?
Like that's too small for him?
Yes, it's like really tight.
Just really tight on his big body.
Yeah, like Mike Wazowski with a little Christmas sweater on or a Christmas hats and things like that. And like Jesse and Buzz Lightyear with like ornaments for photo ops. People would love that. The Sully would be
darling.
Sweet. Super tight on him.
That's what I want. I want him to have like a sweater that's 2 sizes too small. Like, like it's showing his belly and stuff. It'd be so cute.
So tight, Yeah, Sully's, he's one of my favorites.
No, I love that. And I also think, just piggybacking off of this a little bit, I think it'd be awesome to have some more rare characters coming out during the holiday season as well. Why not? These special times of the year are special to bring out some of the characters that we don't see very often.
Disney has a really interesting relationship with their villains.
Yeah.
Their villains, they only like them to come out at certain times of year. So they can only come out a lot of them can only come out, like Hades, can only come out during Halloween time. And Yzma, and they only show the villains during the Halloween time. They don't want to. I think I could see maybe in a bygone past that might have been the case. People are past it now. They want the villains, and all the time we're gonna have villains land in Florida. You could have a Hades coming around in a Christmas garb and giving people black candy canes. People would love that.
See?
Black and gray candy cane like that.
That's
for Hades.
up my alley. That's up my alley.
I mean, that would be sweet.
So that's amazing. And I absolutely love the villains. I think they should utilize them more. And hopefully when we get this Villains Land, that's something else that I would love to talk about. Let us know if you would like us to talk about Villains Land. We've been talking about it for years. And so the fact that Disney threw it out, I'm like, yeah, there you are. There you are. Okay. Now these next few things came up, and they don't even have to do with the holidays, but the fact that so many people were saying these, and it's not even about the holidays, I'm like, okay, this is a thing.
I bet you, I knew when the one.
Yeah, what do you think?
We've talked about this before, and it's interesting. People are so sick of this one thing that Disney does. I'm assuming. Are we talking reservations?
Reservations.
People are so sick of reservations at Disney, at Disneyland, and like that. And what makes it worse is the other theme parks don't have that.
Exactly.
Like Universal, Knott's, they don't have it. And people are just sick and tired of reservations. It is so difficult and such a pain, and people don't like it. It's confusing to people. And I think people, so there's people, what were they saying?
They were saying reservations.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting because I asked about the holidays and they said, we're sick of the reservations, drop the reservation system. And I don't know if they will, but it's very frustrating. It's very time consuming.
Yeah.
I recently went on a trip with some family. I had a really hard time matching up my reservations. And one of the days I did not get to match up my reservations. And so we were at separate parks.
Well, that was her mom got Disney California Adventure and everybody else got Disneyland.
No. Everyone else got Disneyland. Miles and I
is that what it was? Yeah,
no. Everyone else got DCA. Miles and I were at Disneyland. So we were the only 2 people at Disneyland while my entire family was having fun over at Disney California Adventure. And I tried my hardest. Like I was up at midnight, weeks before. It's complicated and it's hard. So the reservation system, people want to drop it, especially for the holiday season.
That's not a holiday thing. People are just tired of it.
But the fact that it came up is very interesting. And then the other thing that came up, when I'm asking about the holidays, people are saying they do not want to be on their phones their entire trip. no more phones. They're tired of it. They're tired of booking their lightning lanes, their multi-passes. They're tired of ordering. They're tired of being on their phones. And I can also say that I get it. I get it. When I was there with my family, I was the one planning everything. And I felt bad because they're all having conversations. They're playing. The children were so adorable. They're having their experiences. And guess what I'm doing? I'm on my phone. I'm checking. I'm making reservations. I'm booking lightning lanes. I was out of the experience because of that, because of the phones.
Yeah, that's always going to be a complaint. I mean,
but I don't know how to ever go back. They opened up that Pandora's box, and how do you go back? I'm not sure. When you have paid fast passes, you're booking. I don't know.
It's it's interesting because now they have that $400 lightning lane. You don't need your phone as much because you just go and show it. You don't have to make reservations.
So you can pay $400 to not be on your phone.
Yeah, that's really crazy to me. I've seen a lot of people have talked about the $400 thing. I have not made any videos or thoughts about that at this point. I'm trying to hold my judgment on it. I just feel like it's incredibly expensive. I imagine a family of 4 from Iowa coming, and this is like a once in a lifetime trip. So they're like, okay, we're going to spend this money to do this. I get that. That's $1,200
per person, right?
That's out of. It's getting to the point where I'm like, this is really crazy. All right. Well, anyways,
you should do a video if you guys would like to see a video for research purposes. I don't want to pay for it, but if Chris needs to go in and test it out, if you guys are curious to see it, let him know.
I'm confident that you're gonna get through. You'll be able to get through all the attractions. I think it will get you through the attractions. It's just that, is that worth the cost? I don't know.
You should test it out. I don't know. Let him know if you guys want to have him test it. Do a trial run for research purposes. Okay, now another thing. This is so cute.
You said that in the way like easy. Was like, what did she say? Onion log. What is it? To split.
This was so cute, and I didn't even know Disney used to do this. Someone said, put the star back on the Matterhorn.
When you said that to me earlier this morning.
This is my little bonus one. One person said this.
It like rung a memory.
Really?
I think there was a star, and like I could vaguely remember that. I'm gonna have to look and see. Maybe if I can find a photo, you can see in the background. But I guess there was a star on top of the Matterhorn.
That's adorable.
So
That's adorable.
Aren't they doing that?
I don't know. One person said that, so I had to add that in as a little bonus. Okay, so we've talked about the meat of what Disney needs to do, what they need to change. Let's wrap this sandwich up with the nice little piece of bread at the end and talk about the absolute best thing.
The best of the best?
The best of the best. The best things that Disneyland does for the holidays. There's no contest really. Like the number ones were the attractions, Small World and the Haunted Mansion.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes, people love it.
That's not what I would have thought. That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, the
Haunted Mansion, number one.
Yeah, Haunted Mansion.
Small World, Haunted Mansion.
So big, so big. People love it. So it's going to be there until January. Then they'll reflip it back over to the old Haunted Mansion.
We'll talk about Small World first because Haunted Mansion's number one. I mean that's like
Small World is what kicked it off.
Okay.
So Small World is what kicked it off, and it started as I think it was '97 when they first decorated Small World. And what had happened is that Small World technically had kind of lost its luster, and they noticed that people weren't going to the attraction anymore. And so like, what can we do? So they came up with the idea to do the holiday overlay for Small World. And it was an enormous success. It was huge. It was awesome. And it breathed new life into Small World. And then after Disney saw that, the thing about it, though, can I just say, I think it's a double-edged sword. Because what Disney learned from that one experience is, hey, guess what we can do? We can retheme an existing project and breathe new life into it. And so they've done that.
I see.
And so
I see where you're going.
Yeah, they did that, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, we went from Twilight. It's just the same attraction. Tiana's Bayou did that. And Disney seems to be doing that. They'll take that, and they have a lot of success with that.
That's fascinating.
Not technically building a new attraction, just retheming it. But
fascinating take. Honestly, like that sparked something in me. I really think you have something there. That is fascinating. They saw something reskinned, it grew in popularity, and now they're touching things that sometimes maybe shouldn't be touched. But once they started, they realized that worked. That's really interesting.
It's a cheaper way for them to get a new attraction or a new thing without having to have a new attraction. So they did that. Anyways, then they ended up doing Haunted Mansion. That has been a massive success. That started in 2001. And then they also did Jingle Cruise, but then they took Jingle Cruise away. This is for Disney. They said they'll never do the Haunted Mansion holiday in Florida because they said that they don't ever want to shut down the Haunted Mansion. It's too big of a high-profile attraction for Florida, and they said that people would be, have it closed for 4 weeks or whatever it takes, 3 weeks. They just felt like they couldn't have that downtime. But it was a massive success. The Small World, huge success. I love it. I still love
beautiful.
it. It's one of I love it. I think it's really fun, and I love to go through and look for my name on the good and naughty list. And then one of my favorite things is like the Lilo and Stitch. You see like the little Elvis on the surfboard. It's just surfing. I love to look for that.
The Little Mermaid, they're singing Jingle Shells.
Yeah, Jingle Shells. It's so fun.
Cute little details.
Yeah, I love it. And so, if you guys remember a couple of years ago, it had a problem. They were refilling it. So underneath, it's a Small World. That's where all the electronics, like the computers are. It's basically in the basement. When they were refilling it, the track had got a nick and a hole in it. And so when they were refilling it, all the water drained out into the basement to the electronics. They had to replace everything down there. Oh. It was brutal. Absolutely
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah. So it was crazy. So I actually saw a picture of it. I'm not. Yeah. So every once in a while, I've given. I'm so honored that the people who work on this, they're like, you can't show this, but it was flooded. You're like, this is terrible.
Can you imagine all the things that go wrong in a theme park? Maybe that's another video we can do for you guys.
It's
all the
insane.
Things that can go wrong.
So many moving parts.
Yeah, we had one leak in our house, and it's disrupted our entire world.
Yeah.
And this is a theme park, a whole attraction, a huge ride. So the Small World is beautiful. You have to go on it, even if you're not a Small World fan. They have beautiful flashing lights. Yeah. They represent cultures and traditions from around the world, of course, which is so special. And then it smells delicious, which is huge for me. I love smells.
I actually see, it's interesting because you talked about the Haunted Mansion and the Small World being the number one things. I thought for sure it was just going to be the atmosphere. I like the atmosphere during the holidays at Disney, particularly outside Small World when they have that fake snow coming and it smells
That's
like
why we talked about
cinnamon.
that number one, the decorations.
Yeah.
That was our first bread. Yeah. Now we're ending with the last
and the Haunted Mansion it's interesting. I'm curious what you guys think. I kind of vacillate between the two of them. I used to be the Haunted Mansion the holiday was my favorite. Then it went back to the classic. And then sometimes depending on my mood, I'm like, oh, I love the holiday. And then other times I'm like, no, I just want the classic all the time. So I kind of go back and forth on it. I do, but even though I say that, every time they open up the Haunted Mansion holiday, I get so excited to see what the gingerbread house is.
Yes.
I'm overthrilled with joy for that.
That was genius. So there are so many moving parts to the Haunted Mansion. There are so many hidden details. They don't just slap up some Christmas trees. I mean, they go above and beyond with this attraction. So much love is put into it. And there are so many secrets in the Haunted Mansion holiday. We could do a whole video about that. I mean, I'm throwing so many ideas at you guys, but let us know what sticks and what sounds good. I'm so glad
that you're back to do a video with us.
I love podcast style videos.
Yeah, she loves to do the podcast. So people have been requesting for us to come back. It's interesting because we started doing the podcast stuff and it took off, it got really popular, but we just got too busy and that was Amanda's favorite thing we've ever done. So she's like, well, if we do one and throw on a video, I'm happy to do it.
So if you guys like this, please let us know in the comments below to help us continue being able to do these podcast style videos. They are a lot of time consuming. We don't have a lot of time, but we would love to do it as long as you guys want us to. So please let us know. Hit the like button, leave us comments, things like that to keep us going. That would be so helpful.
Okay, so now if you are thinking about you would like to go to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, the best way to do that is you're just going to call 1-855-GETAWAY. Call 1-855-GETAWAY. When they answer, tell them Park Pass sent you, and you're going to get the lowest prices. And also, when you tell them Park Pass sent you, if there any hotel has sometimes they have hidden deals like the third or fourth night free, and that's not always on the website, but you tell them that unlocks everything, so they tell you every single thing that's going on at the different parks. And if you go to Florida and you get a hotel reservation and your tickets, they'll give you a concierge service for free. They used to give it free for everybody, but now they kind of narrow that down. So make sure to tell them Provost Park Pass sent you, and you'll get that concierge service, which means they'll do all your reservations for you.
It's amazing. They'll do your entire vacation. Disneyland, Disney World, Universal. They always have specials and deals too. So you should call today and be like, what is the special happening right now? What's the best deals I can get? They'll help you.
Yes. And also we're entering into the month of December. The month of December, we like to do some charity, and so we're not quite ready, but we're working with this amazing Humane Society It is awesome. They're called humane beings. We'll be talking about that more in upcoming videos on how you can help out these amazing animals. And we'll be getting you all that information in the upcoming videos. I got a whole bunch of upcoming videos. Did you guys know that Disney has a huge aquarium, one of the largest aquariums in the country? I have a whole video about that. Most people don't even realize that's there. That'll be coming out this week. We got like where to meet princesses. We got videos like that coming out. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and on the comments down below, if you haven't done a comment, you've got this far, just write "Welcome back, Amanda" to let her know that you're happy to see her back. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you so much, and we hope you guys are having a great day and happy holidays.
Bye-bye.
We just made a video about the things we like at Disneyland.
For the holidays.
For the holidays and things that they can improve. I guess you guys don't like reservations.
Or being on your phones.
At Disneyland. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And this screen is right now, those are our Patreons. If you want to become a Patreon, you can click the link down below and you get your name on this amazing screen. And we want to tell our Patreons that we love you.
Love you.